Her breath hitched. She didn't scream. She ran. Down the stairs, through the dark living room, back to the sofa. She picked up her dead phone and frantically pressed the power button, hoping the battery wasn't entirely drained. The screen flickered green. As the light reflected in the massive dark living room window, she saw him. A tall, silent figure standing 3 feet behind her, framed by the pouring rain. A low, raspy whisper touched her ear. "Luna." Luna didn't scream. She didn't even move. The reflection of the figure was all she could see, a distortion in the wet glass. Slowly, she forced herself to turn, every muscle in her neck screaming danger. He was there, not a reflection. He stood utterly still, his head tilted. He wore a heavy, rain-soaked coat, but his face was the horror, an old, desiccated pumpkin, hollowed out and carved into a wide, unsettling, permanent grin. 2 dark, empty holes watched her. "You shouldn't have come home, Luna." The voice rasped, closer now, smelling faintly of wet earth and something metallic. The figure reached out a large gloved hand. Luna exploded off the sofa, knocking over a nearby ceramic lamp for distraction. The sound of shattering ceramic echoed, brief but sharp. Luna didn't look back. She sprinted through the doorway toward the kitchen, her bare feet silent on the hardwood floor. The bat left by the staircase was too far now. The figure did not run. He walked. The heavy thump of his boot, the one that left the print upstairs, sounded measured, indifferent, and inescapable, closing the distance between them. Thump, thump, thump. Luna slid into the small utility room beside the kitchen, pulling the door shut behind her. It didn't lock. She held her breath, pressing her back against a shelf of cleaning supplies, praying the heavy rain would muffle her frantic gasps. Outside the door, the thumping stopped. Silence, absolute and suffocating. Then the sound of fabric rubbing against wood. He was right there. A faint, sickening scratching noise began, like a dull blade being run across the outside of the thin wooden door. She couldn't wait. He knew she was here. With a ragged yell, Luna flung the door open and grabbed the first thing her hand found, a heavy cast-iron skillet from the oven range. She swung it blindly, fueled by pure, desperate instinct. The skillet connected with a wet, pulpy crunch against the pumpkin mask. The figure staggered back, a gurgling sound coming from the hollowed mouth. Luna didn't look. She dropped the pan and bolted out the kitchen door. Cold, torrential rain instantly soaked her, but the night air felt cleaner than the air inside the house. She ran across the deck, slipping on the wet wood, toward the high wooden fence and the shadow of the neighbor's yard. A sound behind her. He was already through the door, moving faster now, his silence replaced by a strained, wheezing breath. The pumpkin head was cracked down the side. One of the empty eyes split open like a weeping wound. Luna reached the fence, too tall. She looked left, then right. The cul-de-sac was silent, the neighbor's houses dark and indifferent. She turned, adrenaline fading, her legs leaden. He was 7 feet away, holding a long, glinting blade. The last thing Luna heard over the drumming rain was the low, wet, almost satisfied sigh of the man in the cracked pumpkin mask as he finally closed the final 2 steps. The world went black, leaving only the sound of the relentless, indifferent Halloween rain.